EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. A first down throw for Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
Third and long for Cousins. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Daniil Hunter in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Red, up!
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Finding Gabriel complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. On the left side, a catch by White. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays, getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. This will be counted about the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Harkey with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 50 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is the first carry for Rob Kelly. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Hey, steamer.
That was 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move. But the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Cousins able to connect with Treadwell for a Minnesota first. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Again, this is Kelly. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rob Kelly, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first down, Trubisky. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Everson Griffin coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Deep to return, Stacy Coley. And now out comes Minnesota. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
First down, here's Cousins. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd down, Cousins. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. That's caught by Treadwell. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. This might be a free play here for Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Here's Trubisky to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now Cohen. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
They'll run for it with Torrey Cohen. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. He's going to get it running right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped, or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it, but it's almost like you heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
Now Cousins, and he's got it. Got his man on the in route, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some muscle.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Trubisky now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Hey, gotta go.
Play action. It's Trubisky. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Trubisky looking deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
We go. You see it? You see it?
This is Cohen. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. So we come upon halftime here. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On second down, Trubisky going up top. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Dion Lewis. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's going to get it running right, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His 19th touchdown now of the season, and the Bears will add on to their lead. And he's got it up and through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Stacy Coley on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll run here with John Kelly. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Kelly running left, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. A spin. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. Trotty. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Kelly. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They'll go again with Kelly, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. John Kelly, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try. They'll try and run it here. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now it's Trubisky throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Dumps it off to Lewis. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker.
Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The drive starts with Rob Kelly. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical, spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Here's Cousins. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play there. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins on 1st down. It's caught by Treadwell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll pitch it to Kelly. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. John Kelly, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Cousins now A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. This is Kelly. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Cousins now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to go deep down. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. 44 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Thomas. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They'll run with Kelly. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. To throw, Cousins. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Carlson able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally. But here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Again, it's Kelly. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Minnesota, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to...
you.